District of America versus District of Columbia, it makes more sense to me for it to be District of America. So if he changed it, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I don't care who did it. It could have been Kamala Harris, it could have been Joe Biden, it could have been Obama, it could have been Clinton, it could have been Bush, it could have been anybody. I mean, it just makes sense to me. Yo, welcome back, people. I am Johnny Fleetwood, and this is the Conversation Station. And I'm just back coming with some more topics, some more thought-provoking content. And yeah, this is the Car Chronicles version. This is where I just sit in my car. And I just rattle off some thoughts and, you know, things I have on my mind, different conversations I had in different spaces. And I kind of bring it to this platform for you guys so that we can get down in the comments and start the conversation and just, you know, bring it from another platform to here, because I'm trying to build this platform up. You know, I have quite a bit more followers on Facebook. So a lot of my content that I'm bringing here is going to be by way of Facebook, because I have a lot more engagement over there. And if you guys would like to go over there and check it out, check out my Facebook page. I will be dropping a link down in the comments, so you can go check that out. And I'd love to have you over there so we can keep the conversation, so you guys can see how this thing starts over there and how I bring it over here, and you'll get a more of a idea and a feel of my personality and what I have going on. So, you know, you'll understand why I'm trying to build this space for us and trying to build this channel up. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you'll go ahead and give this video a thumbs up right now, and it'll help the YouTube algorithm push out this video so we can get this content out to more people and, you know, just build this foundation. And also comment, subscribe, and turn those bell notifications on if you hadn't done so already, and share this video if you like the content, so we can push it out and we can get it out to more people, and we can, you know, just keep, like I said, keep the community growing, keep this content rolling, and, you know, become a bigger family and a bigger community. But yeah, so the topic of the day, it's kind of funny because, so like I said, I'm over on Facebook a lot. So when I'm over there, I just scroll sometimes. You know, I make a lot of posts. They're questions, they're thought-provoking questions, sometimes statements here and there. For the most part, that's what I do over there, and that's how I get my engagement. So a lot of times I just, you know, I scroll and look at other people's posts and see what they're talking about. So I ran across this post where this person said, so this is what I saw. I'm kind of paraphrasing. So this is the way he formulated it, his post. He said, Donald Trump is trying to change DC to DA. So the District of Columbia to the District of America. So the guy was kind of upset. You know, he was, it seems like from the post, he was frustrated, embarrassed, just over Donald Trump. Like he was irritated by it. So I read it and I started thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute. I mean, to be honest, that makes sense. Like, I mean, just off the top of my head. First, when I first read it, I thought it was funny. And I was like, yeah, there's Trump being Trump again, you know. Now, honestly, it doesn't bother me if he wanted to change it or not. It really didn't bother me, but it can stay the District of Columbia, or it can be changed to the District of America. But then I started thinking, I was like, wait a minute. The District of America makes more sense than the District of Columbia. Then I started to think, because I don't remember, I've been out of school for a long time. So I'm like, why is it the District of Columbia? Like, why is it Columbia? Where did that come from? So I started thinking, I couldn't remember. So, you know, I started my Google search, and the Google search came back saying that, I didn't even go to ChatGPT. I just went to the Google and saw a few, like from the first search, I did like maybe about 3 searches. And they were coming back saying that the District of Columbia, the word Columbia, specifically the Columbia part, was just a variation of Columbus, meaning Christopher Columbus. So the District of Columbia basically was named after Christopher Columbus. So then I started thinking about Christopher Columbus and like all the controversy that's going on now, how they're rolling back the Columbus Day, you know, parades, or the Columbus Day recognition, the Christopher Columbus recognition, because there's some controversy behind it. So that, you know, how they're trying to do away, a lot of states are doing away with the holiday and recognizing Christopher Columbus as a hero and, you know, discovering America and all that stuff. they're really now starting to say that Christopher Columbus, well, what they're doing now, they're switching it over. They're still recognizing the day, but they're changing it to Indigenous People Day. They're giving the Native Americans a highlight and recognizing those, you know, that group of people and that community of people on that day. So I'm thinking about DC, DA, and I was like, you know what? It's not really a bad idea. Now, I do know that it came from Donald Trump, so a lot of people will be irritated and don't like it. But I was like, you know what? It's not a bad idea to change it from DC to DA. Just from off the research that I did, the quick Google search that I did. So I made a comment on his post, under his post, and I said, well, what's wrong with changing it from DC to DA? I was like, it's really not a bad idea. It really makes sense if you think about it. And man, I mean, I just was like, that was just what came to mind, so that's what I posted. So the guy comes back and says, and if he sees this video, he'll know exactly, and I'm saying he, so he'll know exactly who I'm talking about if he ever came across this video. So shout out to you for, you know, making me think. But at the same time, it was, you have to have some accountability for the post that you make. So I said, yeah, I don't think that's a bad, like, what's wrong with that? I mean, it's really makes sense if you think about it. So the guy comes back and I mean, he's like, he flaming me up. I mean, he treating me over there on his post, going off on me, damn near cussing me out because I had a difference of opinion, because I looked at his post and I thought about it. I researched it and I came to the conclusion that, hey, it's not a bad idea. So he comes and he's saying all types of stuff. Oh man, people like you make me sick. I'm so irritated with y'all. Y'all, if Trump is in the bathroom taking a dump, y'all'll be out there with the toilet paper just waiting to wipe his ass and all this stuff, man. Y'all just, anything Trump does, y'all just fall in line and he can't do anything wrong. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. So you're telling me you're upset with me because I thought about the post that you made? Like, I actually used my head and used my thinking cap and was like, hey, that actually makes sense. But before I really go in saying that, before I make a post, before I even comment on your post and make a response to it, I'm basically thinking about it. And I go and Google it to see if it makes sense for it to be District of Columbia, or if it still makes sense for it to be District of Columbia versus District of America. Now, I do know that Trump is changing things, like he changed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and it irritated people. He changed Mount, what is it, up in, I think it's North Dakota or South Dakota, one of those states up there. There's a huge mountain that's connected to, some way connected to the Native Americans, and it's called Mount Denali, but I think Trump changed it back to Mount McKinley in reference or in honor to the president or something like that. But I know he's changing a lot of different things, so I can see that you may get, some people may get irritated with him changing all these terms and changing the names of places and stuff like that and different things. But District of America versus District of Columbia, it makes more sense to me for it to be District of America. So if he changed it, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I don't care who did it. It could have been Kamala Harris. It could have been Joe Biden. It could have been Obama. It could have been Clinton. It could have been Bush. It could have been anybody. I mean, it just makes sense to me. So the guy gets so upset with me and people like me because he doesn't like Trump. He hates Trump. He guys, you know, his disdain for Trump is rolling over and it's spilling out and it's oozing, and he's throwing ad hominem attacks at people that's just using their brain. Like, I'm just using I just thought about it and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So you guys just tell me down in the comments, does that make sense to you? And if it does, hey, you can explain why it makes sense to you. If it doesn't, we'd like to know that too. So just drop down in the comments, down in the chat, man. Just let me know so we can get this conversation going, because I don't know if I'm in the wrong. I don't know if it comes off as Trump can do no wrong just because, like, I mean, I criticize Trump when I think he's wrong, but when I think he's right, you know, I go along with it. I actually commend him on it. I mean, you don't have to agree with if you think that something's right or wrong, but don't come telling me that Trump can do no wrong and people like me and others just just go along with anything he does, I mean, I don't know about other people, but I know I don't. So, but anyway, I would like to know you guys' thoughts on that. And also, I'm gonna touch on, I'm not, this is gonna be another video, but I'm gonna touch on cognitive dissonance, because what this guy's displaying is cognitive dissonance. Because if you really think about it, what Trump was talking about doing makes 100% sense. From the way that I broke it down, from the research that I had, and the way I just broke it down to you guys, it should make sense to you guys as well. But if you're gonna go against it just because you don't like the person, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, it's not earth-shattering or a world-changing event just because he wants to change the name of the nation's capital. But at the same time, it really makes sense if you think about it. So cognitive dissonance is something that we display a lot as Americans, especially as Black Americans, but as Americans as a whole, it's kind of running rampant. It's a word and a term that's being used a lot, but some people has never heard of it, don't know what it means. So you can look it up, you know, and go down in the comments and let me know if you agree with it. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a whole different video on that. So this gonna be for another time. But really, I'm just in the car, man. I just had to get this off my mind, get this off my, you know, I had to bring it to you guys because I was kind of baffled by it. You know, I'm confused. Like, why is this guy going off on me? Because I'm thinking. I don't just react. So he saw that and he got so upset because he don't like Trump that he just reacted. And he made a post that he obviously didn't think about. He just wanted to get it off, you know, and it's his page, you know, and his Facebook page, so he can do what he wants. But it's public. So once he puts that out there, if somebody challenges it, and I wasn't attempting to challenge it. I just thought about it. And I was like, hey, that really makes sense. So I just went with that. And I was like, I mean, he has followers. He has Facebook friends as well. So I like to converse with people, not necessarily debate. Sometimes things turn into debates and arguments, and sometimes we agree. But I just wanted to put my take on it because he put it out there. So of course there was other people that just was agreeing with him, and it was just like an echo chamber. You know, they was regurgitating and parroting what he was saying and agreeing with him. And I was the only one that really was like, hey, if you think about it, I think that actually makes sense. So, but anyway, that's what I do. I just think about stuff and I bring it to you guys, and I bring it to my other platforms so that we could talk about it. I know it's been a lot of talking, so I'm just going to end the video right here. I just had to get this off my chest, had to get it off my mind, and I had to bring it to you guys. So if you like what I'm talking about, please like it, comment, subscribe if you hadn't done so. Also share it, and you know, let's keep this conversation going. Just get down in the comments, you know, give me some reactions so that we can build build this community back up. Because hey, you know what too, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna get out of here, man. As soon as I just made a video, and as soon as I said that I'm almost at 200 subscribers, on cue I started losing subscribers. And man, it's irritating, but I know it just comes along with the territory. And for you guys that are still sticking with me and rocking with me, man, I appreciate you guys so much for what you do. And I'm going to keep trying to bring this entertaining, thought-provoking, educational, debatable, just whatever, you know, just trying to get you guys to think and trying to get us to converse and, you know, just build with each other and build this platform as well. I mean, not this platform, but build this community as well, this channel as well. So, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, turn on those bell notifications, share the video, and until next time, to the next video, peace.